78. Chapter 4. Animal Science. Learning Objectives. After reading this chapter, students will be able to understand various types of breeds of livestock and poultry and their salient characteristics. Learn to take care of farm animals and poultry. Perform various management operations pertaining to farm animals and poultry. Answer common health problems in livestock and their management. Develop entrepreneurship and start business of dairy, goat, poultry farm. Importance of livestock. The importance of livestock in India's economy can be gauged from the fact that 630 million people belonging to some 73% rural households depend on livestock. Livestock production accounts for 15 to 40% of the total farm income of the rural households. Livestock is also important as a part of agriculture diversification and provider of livelihoods, and crucial for nutritional security in the rural areas. The sector employs about 8% of the country's labor force, including small and marginal farmers, women, and landless agricultural workers. Milk production alone involves more than 30 million small producers, households, each raising 1 or 2 cows or buffaloes annually. Livestock provides a large share of draft power and acts as a supplementary and complementary enterprise. In India, about 33% of the agricultural GDP is contributed by the sector, and its contribution to country's GDP is about 4%. With a large population and recent growth in consumer incomes, there has been a rapid rise in the demand for livestock products in India, and consumer expenditure on livestock products has risen rapidly over recent years. Dairy sector contributes by way of cash income, draft power and manure. Livestock serves human needs by way of providing food, fiber, fuel, fertilizer, skins and traction. It is a living bank providing flexible finance in times of emergencies and also serves as insurance against crop failure for survival. If agriculture is the foundation of our national economy, animal husbandry constitutes the sheet anchor of agriculture. Indian agriculture marches on the patient back of the bullock. 76% of the milk is produced by weaker sections of society. 1/5 of the world's livestock population is present in India. India has nearly 58% of the world's buffalo population, 16% of the cattle population, 20% of goat population and 5% of sheep population, although India constitutes less than 2.5% of the world's total land area. Introductory Agriculture. 79. Classification of livestock. A number of livestock species were domesticated in different times in different parts of world, but mostly within Old World of SA Asia, West Asia and North Africa, beginning with goat, cattle, sheep, pig, poultry and camel during prehistoric times between 8000 to 3200 BC. India is bestowed with rich diversity of various livestock as the subcontinent is one of the 12 mega diversity centers of the world. India ranks first in cattle and buffalo population, second in goat, third in sheep and seventh in poultry population in the world. India is the largest producer of milk and third largest producer of eggs and fifth largest producer of broilers in the world. India is home to some 57% buffaloes and 14% cattle, with 37 breeds of cattle, 13 of buffalo, 39 of sheep, 23 of goat, 2 of pig, 8 of camel and 15 of chicken. Fishes. India is a major supplier of fish in the world as it ranks at number 2 after China. Shrimps are one of the major varieties exported. The giant tiger prawn is the dominant species chosen for aquaculture, followed by the Indian white prawn. There are about 28,100 species of fishes known to science. They are divided into 4 classes, 59 orders, 490 families and 4,300 or so genera. About 15,000 species of them are marine. The classification system of fish is not stagnant and it will change when there is more knowledge, perhaps from DNA analyses. For common people, the following classification should work. Phylum, Chordata. Subphylum, Vertebrata. Superclass. Class. Common name Agnatha. Mixini. Hagfish, fish, Agnatha. Cephalspidemorphy. Lampreys, fish, Gnathostomata. Chonrich thighs. Sharks and rays etc. Fish, Gnathostomata. Ostrich thighs. Trout, salmon, sardines. Eels. Catfishes, dolphins etc. Fish. The marine fish harvested in India consist of about 65 commercially important species groups. Shrimps are one of the major varieties exported. The giant tiger prawn, Penaeus monodon, is the dominant species chosen for aquaculture, followed by the Indian white prawn. 80. Breeds of cattle. Indigenous breeds. Indigenous breeds are classified under 3 groups based on utility, purposes below. 1. Milch breeds, milk breeds. 2. Dual purpose breeds. 3. Draft breeds. Milch breeds, milk breeds. The cows of these breeds are high milk yielders and the male animals are slow or poor work animals. The examples of Indian milch breeds are Sahiwal, Punjab and Haryana, Red Sindhi, Punjab and Haryana, Git, Gujarat and Tharparkar, Rajasthan. The Sahiwal breed is well known for its highest milk production, 2000 kilograms. The average milk production of milch breeds is more than 1600 kilograms per lactation. Sahiwal. Red Sindhi. Dual purpose breeds. The cows in these breeds are average milk yielder and male animals are very useful for work. Their milk production per lactation is 500 kilograms to 1500 kilogram. The examples of this group are Haryana, Ongole, Kankre, Krishna Valley, Rathi, Jelao and Mewati. Haryana, Ongole and Kankre are considered as best dual purpose breeds. Introductory Agriculture. 81. Kankre Haryana. Draft breeds. The male animals are excellent for work and cows are poor milk yielders. Their average milk yield is less than 500 kilograms per lactation. They are usually white in color. The examples of this group are Kangayam, Khilari, Amrit Mahal, Malvi, Hallikar, Nagori and Nimari. Hallikar Amrit Mahal. Exotic breeds. Milch breeds, Holstein Friesian, Brown Swiss, Jersey, Red Dane and Ayrshire. Holstein Friesian. Brown Swiss, Jersey. Exotic beef breeds. The important beef breeds are Hereford, Shorthorn and Angus. 82. Cross breeding. It is mating of animals of different breeds. Cross breeding is followed for breeding animals for milk production and meat production. In India, Zebu cattle breeds and nondescript, Desi cows have been crossed with exotic breeds like Holstein Friesian, Brown Swiss and Jersey bulls or their semen to enhance the milk production potential of the progeny. Examples are Jersey crosses and Holstein Friesian, HF crosses which produce about 4000 and 3000 kilograms milk per lactation, respectively. Jersey cross. Holstein Friesian cross. Buffaloes. The buffalo species originated in India. The important breeds are Murrah, Haryana and Western UP, Nilli Ravi, Punjab, Bhadavari, Central, Southern Western UP, Jafarabadi, Gujarat, Surti, Gujarat and Mehsana, Gujarat. Buffaloes contribute immensely, more than 55% in country's milk production. Murrah breed is well known for its highest milk production. Murrah. Nilli Ravi. Introductory Agriculture. 83. Sheep rearing. Sheep can be reared as free range, where there is no shortage of land, or under stall feeding inside a shed. It is a very important component in dry land farming system. Sheep, with its multifaceted utility for wool, meat, milk, skins and manure, form an important component of rural economy, particularly in the arid, semi-arid and mountainous areas of the country. It provides a dependable source of income to the shepherds through sale of woolen animals. Sheep manure is an important source of organic fertilizer, especially in the southern state where they are folded on fallow land for increasing fertility of the soil. Sheep are mostly maintained on natural vegetation grazing lands, common, wastelands and uncultivated lands, stables of cultivated crops and tree loppings. Sheep are mostly reared for meat and wool. India can be divided into 4 agroecological regions viz. I. Northwestern arid and semi-arid region 2. Southern peninsular region 3. Eastern region and IV. Northern temperate region. There are about 39 descript breeds of sheep available in India. I. Northwestern, central arid and semi-arid region. The important breeds of this region are Muzaffarnagari, Chokla, Shekhawati, Nali, Magra, Bikaneri, which produce carpet wool. Rajasthan has the highest population of sheep in India. 2. Southern peninsular region. The important breeds of this region are Mecheri, Kilakarsal or Kilakarisal, Bembur, Coimbatore, Ramnad White, Madras Red, Trichy Black, Nellore, Mandya, Deccani, Hassan and Nilgiri. Most breeds are meat and carpet wool type except Nilgiri which produces apparel wool. 84. 3. Eastern region. Most of the wool produced by breeds of this region is suitable only for coarse carpets, blankets and kumblis. The important breeds are Shahabadi, Chota Nagpuri, Ganjam, Balangir, Bonpala and Tibetan. IV. Northern temperate region. The largest population of crossbred sheep primarily developed for apparel woolers in this region. The important breeds are Rampur Bushar, Gaddi, Gurez, Karna, Poonchi and Changtangi, Ladakh. Changtangi breed is famous for producing very fine wool known as pashmina which is used for making expansive garments. Exotic breeds of sheep, Merino, Spain, and Rambouillet, France, for very fine wool, Suffolk, UK, and Dorset, UK, for mutton and Corriedale, New Zealand, for both dual. Goat keeping. Goat is known as poor man's cow in India and is a very important component in dry land farming system. Marginal or undulating lands unsuitable for other types of animals like cows or buffaloes, goats are the best alternative. With very low investments, goat rearing can be made into a profitable venture for small and marginal farmers. Goats are reared for milk and meat. An allergy to goat milk is very rare. Indian goat breeds. There are about 23 well-defined Indian breeds apart from a number of local non-descript goats scattered throughout the country. The breeds are classified based on 4 agroclimatic regions. 1. North temperate, Himalayan region, hilly tract. The goats of this breed are white-haired and sturdily built. The important breeds are Changtangi, Ladakh, Chegu, Lahore and Spiti, and Gaddi, Kangra, which produce fine wool. Castrated bucks are used for transporting merchandise in the hilly tracts. 2. Northwestern arid and semi-arid region. The important breeds are Jamunapari and Barbari from U.P., Beetle, Punjab, Marwari, Rajasthan, Zalwadi, Kuchi and Surti from Gujarat. Jamunapari is biggest breed of goat and highest milk producer. 3. Southern peninsular region. The important breeds are Osmanabadi and Sangamneri from M.S. and Malabari, Kerala. 4. Eastern region. The important breeds are Black Bengal and Ganjam, Odisha. Black Bengal breed is famous for its prolificacy and good quality meat. Exotic breeds. The principal exotic dairy breeds of goats are Toggenburg, Saanen, Alpine, Nubian, Anglo-Nubian and Boer. They are all noted for their higher milk yield and most of these breed were imported to India to improve milk yield of our local breeds and to upgrade our nondescript Desi goats. Angora from Asia Minor in Turkey is famous for producing very fine fiber known as mohair which is used for making expansive garments. Introductory Agriculture. 85. Jamunapari. Tellicherry. Boer. Camels. A camel is an even-toed ungulate within the genus Camelus, bearing distinctive fatty deposits known as humps on its back. The 2 surviving species of camel are the dromedary, or one-humped camel, C. dromedarius, which inhabits the Middle East and the Horn of Africa, and the Bactrian, or 2-humped camel, C. bactrianus, which inhabits Central Asia. Both species have been domesticated. They provide milk, meat, hair for textiles or goods such as felted pouches, and are working animals with tasks ranging from human transport to bearing loads even without food or water for days. Camel is also used more broadly to describe any of the 6 camel-like mammals in the family Camelidae, the 2 true camels and the 4 new world camelids, the llama, alpaca, guanaco, and vicuna of South America. The total camel population in the country is 0.4 millions in 2012. Camels can run at up to 65 km per hour, 40 miles per hour, in short bursts and sustained speeds of up to 40 km per hour, 25 miles per hour. Bactrian camels weigh 300 to 1000 kg and dromedaries 300 to 600 kg. In India, camels population is concentrated in Rajasthan, Haryana and Gujarat. Registered breeds. India has 8 registered breed of camel: Bikaneri, Jaisalmeri, Jalori, Kuchi, Malvi, Marwari, Mewari and Mewati. Swine, pig, husbandry. India has a population of about 15 million pigs, which is less than 1% world population but second largest in the world. Unfortunately, there isn't a strong tradition of pig production or consumption in the country. Pigs are omnivores and convert inedible feeds, forages, and certain grain byproducts obtained from mills, meat byproducts, damaged feeds and garbage into valuable nutrition mean. The pigs grow very fast and are a prolific breeder, farrowing 10 to 12 piglets at a time. With a small investment on building and equipment, proper feeding and sound disease control program, the farmer can profitably utilize his time and labor in the subsidiary occupation. Important breeds of pigs: large white Yorkshire, UK, middle white Yorkshire, UK, and landrace, Denmark. 86. Poultry. The term poultry is applied to birds of several species like fowls or chicken, ducks, turkeys, quails, swan, pigeons, guinea fowl, peafowl, pheasants etc., which have been domesticated to produce egg and meat. Fowls may be classified on the basis of utility, purpose such as meat type, egg type, dual purpose, game, ornamental etc. Birds are also classified into different classes based on the country or particular region of their origin such as Asiatic, Mediterranean, American, and English etc. Each class is further classified into breeds based on shape, size and color etc., such as Minorca, Leghorn, Rhode Island Red, New Hampshire etc. Each breed may be further classified into varieties based on type of comb and color of plumage e.g. Leghorn varieties are single comb white Leghorn. Each variety can be further redivided into strains which can be named after a breeder or farm etc. Classification of breeds of chicken. There are more than 10 classes based on the place of origin of breeds but only breeds of 4 classes are popular. 1. American class, New Hampshire, Plymouth Rock, Rhode Island Red and Wyandotte. 2. Mediterranean class, they are light-bodied and well-developed for high egg production. E.g. Leghorns, Minorca and Ancona from Spain. White Leghorn is the best breed for egg production. 3. English class, they are mostly utility breeds noted for their excellent fleshing properties. E.g. Australorp, Cornish, Sussex and Orpington. Cornish is the best breed for meat production. 4. Asiatic class, they are large-bodied with heavy bones, feathered shanks and poor layers. E.g. Kochi, Langshan and Drummer from say China. Introductory Agriculture. 87. Plymouth Rock, Bard, Leghorn. Commercial broiler strains, brands, Cobb, Hubbard, Lohman, Arbor Acres, Avian, Starbro, Hyco, Tegel, etc. Commercial layer strains, brands, Babcock BV300, Bovens, Hylene, H&N Nick Sheik, DeKalb, Lohman, Hisex, Shaver, etc. Indian poultry breeds, there are about 15 chicken breeds but most are poor layers and slow growing. They lay about 60 to 80 eggs but are excellent mothers. e.g., a sale, fighting purpose, and kadaknat, flesh is black. Broilers. Broilers are young chicken of either sex, having rapid growth and tender meat which are reared for meat and marketed at an age of 6 to 8 weeks. Growers. The management of birds during 9 to 20 weeks or to the point of laying is referred to as grower period. Layers. The management of birds during 21 to 72 weeks of age for the purpose of laying eggs, egg production. Care and management of dairy animals. Care and management of calf. We must give good feeding and management for the calves so that they develop well and useful as the replacement stock. The dam should be dried 6 to 8 weeks before expected calving and should be fed well. Underfed animals will give weak and small calves. Early management. Immediately after birth, remove any mucus or phlegm from those nose and mouth. Normally the cow licks the calf immediately after birth. This helps dry off the calf and 88. Helps in stimulating breathing and circulation. When the cow does not lick or in cold climate, rub and dry the calf with a dry cloth or gunny bag. The navel should be tied about 2.5 cm away from the body and cut 1 cm below the ligature and apply tincture, iodine or boric acid or any antibiotic. Remove the wet bedding from the pen and keep the stall very clean and dry in condition. The weight of the calf should be recorded. Wash the cow's udder and teats preferably with chlorine solution and dry. The calf will try to stand within few minutes and attempts to suckle within 1 hour. Otherwise help 2 weak calves in standing and suckling. Allow the calf to suckle the first milk of the mother, i.e. colostrums. Table. Feeding schedule for calves up to 6 months. Age of calf. Approx. Body weight kilogram. Quantity of milk kilogram. Quantity of calf starter g. Green grass kilogram 4 days to 4 weeks 25. 2.5. Small QTY. Small QTY 4 to 6 weeks 30. 3.0. 50 to 100. Small QTY 6 to 8 weeks 35. 2.5. 100 to 250. Small QTY 8 to 10 weeks 40. 2.0. 250 to 350. Small QTY 10 to 12 weeks 45. 1.5. 350 to 500. 1012 weeks 55. Dash 500 to 750. 1216 weeks 65. Dash 750 1000. 2320 weeks 75. Dash 1000 1500. 3 to 5. Care and management of heifers. Better care and management of heifer will give high quality replacement stock to the dairy farm. The following care and management practices are recommended for heifer. Introductory Agriculture. 89. Feed the heifer sufficiently to attain normal growth. During the early stage, relatively more protein than energy is needed. Most heifers grow well if excellent hay is given as much they can eat. The amount of growth depends upon the quality of forage fed. The heifers should be provided with a dry shelter free from drafts. A loose housing system with a shelter open to one side is sufficient. The size rather than the age of a dairy heifer at breeding time is important. Breeding undersized animals is never profitable. They may be stunted or slow to reach maximum size. Small heifers are more likely to have difficulty in calving. Though the heifer that is bred to calve at an older age yields higher milk in the first lactation, the total milk produced by such a cow will be less when compared to the heifers that freshens at an early age. Table. Feeding schedule of growing animals from 6 months onwards. Age, months, approx. Body weight kilogram. Concentrate mixture kilogram. Green fodder kilogram. Dry fodder kilogram 6 to 9. 70 to 100. 1.5-1.75. 5 to 10. 1 to 915. 100 to 150. 1.75 minus 2.25. 10 to 15. 2 3 1 5 2 0. 150 to 200. 2.25 minus 2.50. 15 to 20. 3 to 4 above 20. 200 to 300. 2. 50 minus 2.75. 15 to 20. 4 to 5. Care and management of milch animals. To get high milk during any lactation, the milch animals should be properly fed and necessary care and managemental practices should be followed as below. Provide green succulent fodder together with leguminous hay or straw to the extent of animal can consume, so that all its maintenance requirements are met with through fodder only. Extra concentrate at the rate of 1 kg for every 3 liters of milk should be provided. Salt and mineral supplements should be given to maintain the lactation. Never frighten or excite the animals. Always treat them gently and with kindness. Do not withhold service unnecessarily after the signs of heat are noticed in a cow, but only after 60 days of calving. The shorter the interval between calvings, the more efficient the animal is as a milk producer. Service the cow in the evening if the cow has come into heat in the morning. Service the cow next morning if the cow has come into the heat in the evening. AM/PM rule. By maintaining proper records of breeding and calving of the animals will ensure a steady flow of milk throughout the year. Water should be provided to drink at will or at frequent intervals. Rapid, continuous, dry hand milking should be practiced without undue jerking of teats. Milking should be done with full hand, not with thumb and index finger. 90. Cows should be trained to let down milk without calf suckling. This will help to wean the calves early. Loose housing with shelter during hot part of the day should be provided. The animals will get benefit of maximum exercise in loose housing system. Grooming of the cows and washing of the buffaloes before milking help in clean milk production. Daily brushing will remove loose hair and dirt from the coat. Grooming will also keep the animal height pliable. Wallowing of buffaloes or water spraying on their bodies will keep the buffaloes comfortable, especially in summer. Common ailments should be properly detected and treated. Common vices should be properly detected and care should be taken. Egg, kicking, licking, sucking, etc. Provide at least 60 to 90 days dry period between calving. If the dry period is not sufficient, the milk yield is subsequent lactation will be reduced. Vaccinate the cows against important diseases and also guard against insects and pests. Check for mastitis regularly. Table. Feeding schedules for dairy animals kilogram. S. No. Type of animal. Feeding during. Green fodder, dry fodder. Concentrate 1. 6 to 7 liters milk per day. Lactation days 20 to 25. 5 to 6. 3.0 to 3.5. Dry days. 15 to 20. 6 to 7. 0.5 to 1.0. 2. 8 to 10 liters milk per day. Lactation days 25 to 30. 4 to 5. 4.0 to 4.5. Dry days. 20 to 25. 6 to 7. 0.5 to 1.0. Care and management of dry and pregnant animals. The good care and managemental practices given to pregnant animals will give good calf and also high milk yield during the successive lactation. Introductory Agriculture. 91. Table. Feeding schedule for different classes of adult cows. Average body weight minus 350 kilograms. When green fodder is in plenty. When wheat straw is the major roughage. Category concentrate mixture kilogram. Green fodder kilogram. Concentrate mixture kilogram. Green fodder kilogram. Dry fodder kilogram. Dry cows. Dash. 2530 1.25. 5.0. 5 to 6 milking 1 kilogram for every 3 kilograms of milk 30. 1.25 plus 1 kilogram for every 3 kilograms of milk. 5.0. 5 to 6. Pregnant production allowance plus 1 to 1.5 kilogram from 6th month of pregnancy. 25 to 30. Maintenance plus production plus 1 to 1.5 kilogram from 6th month of pregnancy. 5.0. 5 to 6. Thus budding and dehorning. Dehorning cattle conveys advantages. Horns are the single major cause of carcass wastage due to bruising, and trim associated with bruising for carcasses from horned cattle is approximately twice that for carcasses from hornless cattle. Dehorned cattle require less feeding trough space, are easier and less dangerous to handle and transport, present a lower risk of interference from dominant animals at feeding time. Pose a reduced risk of injury to udders, flanks, and eyes of other cattle, present a lower injury risk for handlers, horses, and dogs, exhibit fewer aggressive behaviors associated with individual dominance, and may incur fewer financial penalties on sale. Castration. It is very common for young male sheep, goats and calves to be castrated, because castrated animals are usually easier to manage from the age of puberty, i.e. from about 6 months of age. Poultry production and management. India has made considerable progress in poultry production in the last 3 to 4 decades. High-quality chicks, equipments, vaccines and medicines are available. Chickens are kept for eggs, layers, egg type, and meat, broilers, meat type. With an annual output of 65 billion eggs and 2,500 million broilers, India ranks third in production of eggs after China and USA and fifth in broilers after USA, China, Brazil and Mexico in the world. The poultry production has been growing at a steady annual growth rate of about 8 to 10% as against 5 and 2% growth in milk and food production. Poultry farming has been given considerable importance in the national policy and has a good scope for further development in the years to come. The per capita availability of eggs and poultry meat has increased from a meager 10 eggs and 155 grams meat in 70s to 55 eggs and 2.6 kilogram meat in India per year against the recommended level of 180 eggs and 11 kilograms meat. But there is a vast gap for the per capita availability of eggs in rural and urban India, 6 versus 185 eggs, which needs to be bridged to improve the nutritional status of rural masses. 92. Housing, deep litter, and brooding management. Poultry houses should be located on an elevated piece of land and away from habitations with east-west orientation. The masonry side walls of the brooded house may be 3/4 closed, lower 6 feet brick, and 1/4 open, upper 2 feet wire meshed, with a cement concrete floor and a plinth of 2 to 3 feet. The roofing material should be chosen keeping in mind the cost, availability and suitability of materials like asbestos cement sheets, light roofing material or thatches etc. The flow, feeder and water space requirements during brooding are 1 square featuring 3 and 0.6 linear inch. Add 2 to 3 layer of any litter material like sawdust, rice husk, ground nut hulls and chopped grasses on the floor. Place the brood air in the middle of the area and encircle the brood air with chick guard. Fix 2 to 4 bulbs of 40 to 100 watts inside the brood air depending upon the season and get a brood air temperature of 90-95 degrees Fahrenheit. Place 4 waterers and feeders each for 250 chicks. Purchase chicks from reputed or government-run hatcheries like Central Avian Research Institute, Isitnagar, UP. Decrease it at the rate of 5 degrees Fahrenheit per week till 4 to 5 weeks of age. Health management. The chicks must be vaccinated against all the prevalent diseases like Marex, Ranicate, Gumboro, infectious bronchitis and fowlpox as per the schedule. Keep a watch on coccidiosis after 3 weeks and start mixing coccidiostats in the feed or in drinking water. Consult a poultry veterinarian in case of any disease problem. Dispose the dead birds properly in an incinerator. Follow biosecurity measures strictly which include restricted entry of visitors, minimum movement of personnel from one unit to another. Plugging of leakage of water lines and their regular flushing, all-out system of rearing, proper disposal of old litter, farm waste and dead birds and keeping premises free from rodents and wild birds. Prevention of vices. Vices in birds are cannibalism, feather picking, breaking egg eating, bullying etc. Debeak the pullets at the age of 14 weeks and again at 6 months. Increase the salt in feed by 1% temporarily. Prevent overcrowding, provide balanced feed and adopt proper lighting program. Common health problems in livestock and their management. The main causes of disease. Disease can be classified as acute or chronic depending upon severity of the disease. An acute disease starts quickly and lasts for a short period when the animal either recovers or dies. A chronic disease lasts for a long time and weakens the animal. Diseases are said to be infectious, will spread from one animal to another, or non-infectious, will not spread from one animal to another, depending upon their cause. Non-infectious diseases can be caused by poor feed and the lack of minerals and vitamins that the body needs. Non-infectious disease can also be caused by poisoning with chemicals or plants, by cuts, burns and broken bones. Some diseases pass from the parent to the young, hereditary. Many non-infectious diseases are chronic but they can be acute. They can cause large losses of meat, milk and wool. Working, draft, animals do not work well and the rate of reproduction can be low with the young being born dead or dying before they are weaned. Chronic diseases are often thought to be normal, but when the cause is known. Introductory agriculture. 93. And eliminated production can be greatly increased. Infectious diseases are caused when the body is attacked by tiny living germs, pathogens. The spread of disease. Infectious diseases can be spread by feces and urine from sick animals. Animals, people and machinery moving between and within farms. Farm visitors, people and vehicles. Introducing new animals from within or outside the country. Direct contact between animals or contact with neighbors' livestock. Shared farm equipments. Germs in feed and water. Contamination by vermins, wild birds and pastures. Animals drinking from contaminated rivers and streams. By flies, ticks, lice and fleas, vectors. Young and old animals become infected more easily. Preventing infectious diseases. Do their best to keep animal diseases out of their premises. Ensure adequate sanitation and hygiene, biosecurity. Be alert to symptoms of diseases. The animal must be provided with clean feed, water, bedding and shelter. Sick animals should be kept separate from the others. Some diseases can be cured by drugs. Vaccination can protect animals against some diseases. Dead animals and waste should be disposed of properly. Comply with requirements when importing animals from other countries. Good hygiene and biosecurity measures. There are several hygiene and biosecurity measures, starting from layout and construction of farm, that should be part of the farm routine. The key to good biosecurity is reducing and controlling the movements of people, vehicles or equipment into areas where the farm. 94. Animals are kept. One should clean and disinfect protective clothing, footwear, equipment and vehicles before and after contact with farm animals. Where practicable, one should use disposable protective clothing. Some diseases are more prevalent than others. For example, for livestock, one should be particularly on the alert for foot and mouth disease, FMD, hemorrhagic septicemia, HS, and pest des petits ruminants, PPR in goats, sheep, whereas poultry keepers need to be vigilant against avian influenza, bird flu, Gumboro, IBD, and Ranicate diseases. Recognizing sick animals. The first step in disease recognition and control is being able to recognize when an animal or group of animals is unwell by observing at visual signs of cattle illness. By compiling information from the history of an animal or group of animals, conducting a physical examination, and undertaking special testing, if necessary, the veterinarian is generally able to determine the cause of a condition or disease. The following list outlines some of the more common signs that can be looked out for in an ill animal. The animal not eating as much as usual. This is usually the first sign you will notice. It may also drink more or less water than normal, depending on the illness. An animal standing by itself away from the herd. The animal not getting up and walking to the feed bunk. A very sick animal will lie down for long periods and will not get up when approached. Animal limping or dragging a leg. Discharge from eyes, nose, or vaginal area. There may be abnormal lumps. The eyes may be dull and the mucous membranes may have changed color. Deep red membranes indicate fever, pale membranes show anemia, yellow membranes indicate a liver disorder, while blue-red membranes show heart and circulatory problems or pneumonia. Animal making unusual noise, bellowing, grunting. Animal acting uncomfortable, getting up and down. The animal might be sweating. A cold sweat indicates pain while a hot sweat indicates fever. If the animal is in pain, it will probably be restless, getting up and down and pacing about, and it may even be groaning. Diarrhea or straining to defecate. Introductory agriculture. Introductory agriculture. 95. Animal not defecating or with very little stool. Animal urinating a lot, or not as much as usual. Marked weight loss or gain. The coat will look dull and dry, and the hairs may stand up. There may be the presence of open sores, dandruff, or the loss of hair or fur from the body. Behavioral signs. Recognize any significant differences in the behavior of an animal, such as increases in viciousness, lethargy, or any other abnormal signs such as excessive head shaking, scratching, licking, or biting of certain parts of the body. The temperature may go up or down. A rise in temperature of 1 or 2 degrees usually indicates pain, while a rise of more usually indicates infection. The rate of respiration and the way the animal breathes could also slow changes. With pain or infection, breathing becomes more rapid. In a very sick animal, breathing can be labored and shallow. A slightly increased pulse rate suggests pain, while a rapid pulse suggests fever. An irregular pulse can indicate heart trouble. In a very sick animal, the pulse is weak and feeble. A sick animal may also possess foul breath or excessive tartar deposits on the teeth. When using visual appraisal, one of the most important signals of illness is appetite suppression. Feed consumption of cattle exposed to respiratory disease begins to decrease about 48 hours before increased body temperature is observed. Infectious disease of animals. The infectious diseases may be bacterial, viral, and parasitic, whereas non-infectious ones may be due to nutritional deficiency in non-specific disorders as listed below. 1. Bacterial diseases: I. Anthrax. E. Hemorrhagic septicemia. HSE. Black quarter. BQ. IV. Bovine tuberculosis. V. Brucellosis. V. Mastitis. 96. 2. Viral diseases: I. Foot and mouth disease. FMD. 3. Parasitic diseases: I. Anaplasmosis. E. Bovine babesiosis. Redwater disease. Tick fever. Viral diseases: I. Foot and mouth disease. FMD. 3. Parasitic diseases: I. Anaplasmosis. E. Bovine babesiosis. Redwater disease. Tick fever. E. Endoparasites, worms and flukes, and ectoparasites, ticks, lice, etc. 4. Non-infectious metabolic diseases: I. Milk fever. E. Bloat, tympani. Vaccination schedule: cattle and buffaloes. Diseases. Age. Interval. Month. FMD. 3rd month. Every 6 month. Jan February, June July. BQ. 6th month. Every year. Aug September. HS. 6th month. Every year. September OCT. Anthrax. 6th month. Every year. Only affected area April, May. Brucellosis. 4 to 8 th month of heifer. Mar. April. Diseases of goat and their prevention. Generally, goats are resistant to many diseases. However, when we rear more number of animals in one place and insufficiency of pasture facilities, intensive system of rearing leads to spread of many diseases. This causes reduced production potential and more mortality, which in turn causes economic losses to the farmers. Hence, identification of diseases in goat and its prevention is most important. Health management is more important, especially worm load. Hence, the kids must be dewormed at first month of age and then once in a month up to 6 months of age. Ectoparasites must be treated carefully because it not only affect the growth and also affect skin quality. Goats should be vaccinated against all diseases like PPR, hemorrhagic septicemia, black quarter, caprine pleuro pneumonia, and enterotochemica. Activity.